What if I told you that the secret to scaling a company to a valuation of $100 million is actually doing things that don't scale? Sounds insane, right? But this one principle from Y Combinator changed the trajectory of Doola, and I have the receipts to prove it. Hey, this is Arjun. I'm the CEO and founder of doola.com, a Y Combinator-backed fintech startup in New York City that's raised over $13 million. Doing things that don't scale is one of the most counterintuitive pieces of YC advice, but I found the counterintuitive advice is usually the most valuable. And I told you I have the receipts to prove it, so let's jump right in. There was a time, a few years ago, when we had become a big company. Now, here's the thing though, we weren't a big company, but we were starting to act like one. And what had happened was when we started, I had to do everything. I was doing customer success, I was doing sales, I was doing operations, and that meant I was naturally talking to customers all the time. But then, as we made the first round of hires and as the team grew, I started getting too disconnected and removed. So there was this time when things were just flat. Our numbers were flat, the product wasn't improving, but it wasn't improving at a fantastic rate. And I kind of snapped and said, you know what? I need to get back to the customer. And I actually saw this line of do things that don't scale. And I thought, what is something I can do that just doesn't scale? So you know what I did? I started emailing every customer who started with us asking, hey, it's Arjun. Thank you so much for choosing Doola. Why did you choose us? How did you find us? P.S. I read and respond to every email I get. And then we got this feedback from a customer who said they decided to move forward with Doola because of the connection they created. That connection came from doing things which don't scale, which is sending an email manually to every customer who starts with you. So I want to explain the doing things that don't scale framework and how you can actually take something that doesn't scale and eventually scale it. Again, it sounds counterintuitive. Let's dive in. So step one is actually doing things manually. In this case here, this was incredibly manual where I would actually look and see in our analytics dashboard who purchased, and then I would go to my email client and type in the email and then draft an email to send to the customer. Now, I actually want to show you the exact email. So check this out here. This is an exact email that we sent. You can see the email. You can see how I say, P.S. I read in response to every email. Now, here's the crazy thing. You actually do get responses. Not every person will respond, but you do get responses. And when you do get a response, it is insane. Check out the response here. The customer said they heard about us from Avni Barman and Alex Lieberman. And then if you actually go to social media, I found the exact post from Alex Lieberman that the founder was referencing. And what's wild about this is then it allows us to say, holy crap, those types of posts from Avni and Alex work to acquire customers. Let's do more of those posts with other people, or let's amplify this post from Alex, or at least let's thanks Alex for doing that post so he's more likely to recommend Doola in the future. All of that from doing this manual email. Step two is obsessive customer delight. If you respond to the email, you have to solve the problem. So I will make sure that if the customer has a question on their bank account process, I loop the team in. If the customer has a question for me on their business, I respond. I take the time to deliver that value and build that connection one-on-one. And here's the beautiful thing about Doola. Founders know founders. So even in that manual interaction, I'm making it exponentially more likely that they will refer a friend. And you know what the best form of marketing is? It isn't TikTok, it isn't Google Ads, it is word of mouth. Number three, extract insights through over-engagement. Some crazy things can happen when you actually take the time to listen to a customer. And I want to show this response here, which was incredible because it showed us that maybe there's ways to innovate our pricing. We have a monthly plan that's $329 per month. This founder really wanted to buy that plan, but they had to go down to the $2,000 plan, which is a bit too much. So maybe they wanted installments there. This feedback is incredible. And look at this. This customer took the time to write paragraphs of detail explaining to us what we should do to fix the problem. All because I took the time to engage. So you can extract insights from these emails and then take action and close the loop with the customer. And number four, use manual processes to build automatic ones. I told you I explained how to go from do things that don't scale to scale. And here's the thing. Ready? What used to be a manual process is going to our analytics tool, copy pasting the emails, putting them into my email inbox. Now what we do, here's the secret, is that email is actually automated, meaning when someone new purchases, it fires an email from my email to the customer, personalized to them. So technically that initial outbound is now automated, but it still comes to me. It doesn't go to another inbox, and I still personally read and respond to every email. But the difference now is that I don't have to do that initial prep work to copy paste the emails and send them and put them in. Automatically, I literally just wake up every single day, and I have over 20 conversations with customers every day with value-packed insights like this. So that is how you go from duct tape to steel, from doing things that don't scale to doing things that scale. And I will put this in stone. I will never stop doing this. This is so valuable. This is why I email every single customer who starts with Doola. And that is actually how we use Y Combinator's do things that don't scale framework every single day at Doola, and how even though it's so counterintuitive, remember, it starts as do things that don't scale, but it eventually turns into scale. That is a wrap. I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please throw this video a like, turn on notifications, hit subscribe. I put out content like this every single week. And please comment down below if you like this concept, if you disagree with me, if you have little tricks, if there's something you've done that didn't scale. I'd love to get inspired. And lastly, if you yourself are scaling a business or starting, we would love to be a part of the journey. This is why Doola exists. We are a business in a box. You can talk to a human and schedule a demo at doola.com down below. I would personally love to be a small part of your journey. And if you start, you will get an email from me like you saw today. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.